I'm Benson from Bicycle House in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I'm going to show you how to convert a triple ring crank to a single ring crank. The first thing we need to do is make sure we have the proper tools. One tool is going to be a 3-way metric wrench that has a 4mm, 5mm, and 6mm on it. We're only going to be using the 5mm version or part today. So if you have only a 5mm hex wrench, that'll work just as well. The other one is a chainring bolt tool that is a keyed tool to fit the backside of the chainring bolts right here. There's a slot in the backside of this bolt that needs to be held in place when we unscrew it. So I'm now using a standard L-shaped 5mm hex wrench to undo the bolts from the inner chainring, which are very tight in this case and often are. One of the reasons they make them tight is so that they can't be undone easily and come apart while you're out riding your bicycle. Now that I've removed all of the bolts for the inner chainring, I can take that off and set it aside. Then I can get my 5mm hex wrench again, and holding one finger on the back side of the bolt, I can unscrew this one completely, set that aside while the other bolt comes out of the bottom. So once I've removed all 4 sets of the bolts, then I can take all of the rings off, wipe it down. It's always better to have clean parts to work with, and it's always easier to clean parts once they've been taken apart. So now I'm going to reinstall my single chainring to the crank. I'm going to use the middle position, which is the inside of these tabs. This is the outside, this is the inside. And in order to preserve the correct chain line for the rest of my drivetrain, I'm going to position it on the middle position. And it is okay to use Loctite, a blue Loctite, instead of grease. I just prefer to use grease because sometimes Loctite is just too strong, and grease is just much better for long term. So now that I've got the bolts started, all 4 of them, I'm going to take the slotted tool, hold it on the back side of the chainring bolt. This one will go on the top side. And so while I'm holding the slotted tool on the back side with this hand, my 5mm wrench is threading in the bolt from the other side. And continue on tightening all 4 bolts in this manner until they're all secure and tight. And once I have all 4 bolts tight, I'm ready to reinstall the crank. I'm John Benson from Bicycle House in Scottsdale, Arizona, and that's how you make a 3-ring crank into a 1-ring crank.